It's always a pleasure to enjoy a masterfully staged action movie. Real action movies have the ability to pull you into the story, so much that you outright forget about everything around you. They are tense and make you sit on the edge of your seat with excitement. Plus, they give you a boost of energy and positive emotions for the whole day. Let's go back to the good old era of real, quality and exciting action movies. Today I want to remember the craziest in a good sense movies of this genre, which are not inferior to modern films, and perhaps even surpass them. It's hard to believe, but Michael Bay was once a true art form in the world of filmmaking. There was a period when his action movies were not only spectacular, but also smart. In this context, this movie is the pinnacle of Bay's work, as well as Nicolas Cage's best work. Sean Connery, an outstanding actor, creates a unique image, as if playing an aged, but not losing his professional skills Bond. The movie opens the viewer to a charming, but at the same time revealed and understandable villain. This villain cares not only about himself, but also about his subordinates, going beyond the traditional perception of evil. The main antagonist here is not terrorists or drug lords, but the government itself, ready to sacrifice hundreds of lives for the sake of its goals. The action in the film strikes the imagination. The shootout of the special squad in prison, the chase on an armored truck through the city. Each scene is fascinating and mesmerizing. The twisted plot, accompanied by a dynamic soundtrack by Zimmer, creates a unique picture that captivates from the first minutes and does not let go until the final credits. A squad of elite fighters is given a mission to invade a high-rise building in the very epicenter of Jakarta's poor, in order to apprehend a drug lord surrounded by an army of heavily armed mercenaries. The mission is to carry out the operation silently, but unforeseen circumstances disrupt a carefully laid-out plan. Now the fighters have no place to hide or escape. In front of them are 15 floors of hell, where death awaits at every careless step. And if we imagine that the whole movie consists exclusively of uncompromising battles and duels, this movie sets a new standard in the genre. There are no actors, only masters of stunts, and everyone is fluent in martial arts. The fights are performed with such dynamics that you admire their speed and professionalism. They are not graceful, namely dirty in every sense of the word. There are close-minded heroes, conniving villains, and unbridled, non-stop action. This action movie is a must-see for every fan of the genre. John Woo is a true master of action filmmaking. No other director can rise to his level of shootouts, and his action movies are impossible to convey in words. Suffice it to say that they break all the patterns familiar to the action movie genre. Shootouts and explosions in his works are striking in their beauty, and the heroes, though cool, remain alive and incredibly realistic. They are able to dodge bullets, creating exciting moments. Coolly Welded represents the most insane John Woo movie, in which he reveals all his talent and imagination. Here are presented the coolest cops, not inferior in coolness even to Sly and Jean-Claude Van Damme. The main character is able to easily overcome the staircase railing, shooting with both hands, or jumping with a shotgun, while blowing up a motorcycle moving towards him. It's just an incredible piece of art that not only hasn't gotten old, but will never get old. For pennies on the dollar, in the year 90 to manage to create a movie that killed over 200 people, and watching it makes you wonder how it was possible. Another work by John Woo, a director who holds a place of honor among my favorites. This movie is the epitome of what happens when John is invited into Hollywood, given significant financial resources and creative freedom. The result is one of the most exciting action movies in movie history. The inimitable John Travolta and Nicolas Cage are superb as they try on each other's masks. A crazy and exciting plot, as well as beautiful action scenes, make this movie timeless for fans of the genre. Rambo is one of the most iconic characters the epitome of toughness and brutality. It is impossible not to remember how many times the heroes of movies and TV series wore that very red headband. 20 years later, Sylvester Stallone returned to remind us what a real action movie is. Having independently filmed the fourth part, he tells about the adventures of John Rambo, who has aged, but has not lost his form and coolness. Usually action movies are built around a plot, but here the whole movie is built around a single but awesome action scene. Although the plot and characters are weak, the sight of Rambo killing hundreds of soldiers and stopping an entire war makes you forget about everything else.